Happy Friday, everyone. It's Greg Fry here, and it's Friday, the 25th of August. On this week's show, we're going to have loads of apps this week because there hasn't been a whole heap of news this week. So, loads of apps, and I'm going to give you 3 cool apps to check out this week, okay? So, that's coming. Hashtags have their birthday the same day as my birthday, in fact. How old do you think hashtags are? I'll tell you in a little bit. 360 degree photography comes to the Facebook camera app. Facebook continues to fight against fake news. A couple of things that they're doing there. Snapchat announces that it's going to get very much into the publishing and broadcasting game. We've seen this already before, but it looks like there's going to be a lot more shows that we're going to consume on Snapchat in the near future. And just read about this one, from September the 15th, Facebook is going to ban 17 different ad types from being boosted. So you count the 17 ad types that you cannot boost on Facebook. So we'll talk about all those things in today's show. So on to hashtags. Wednesday, 23rd of August. They had their birthday. They were 10 years old. God, if that doesn't make you feel old, I don't know what does. But 10 years old, hashtags 10 years old this week. Amazing. Also, talking about Facebook, which we're going to now, the Facebook camera continues to develop. So we talked about the ability in previous weeks about creating GIFs on the camera. We talked about audio that we can now, a lot of us can now create directly from our Facebook app camera. They're also adding the ability to create and publish what they would say 360 degree photographs on the Facebook app camera. Pretty cool. It's probably more like 180 degrees in fairness, but seamless to actually create 360 type imagery from the Facebook app camera. So look for that feature coming soon to your Facebook app camera. They're also allowing you, I don't know whether they did not allow us, but they're also allowing us to add that imagery directly to the header section of our business page or our personal profile as well. So that might make some of our banner images a little bit more engaging, interactive, and so on. Facebook has also announced this week that it's trying to be more transparent when it comes to the news that's shared on its site. And they've come out with a thing, it's called, what's it called? Publishing logos. So essentially when there's an article shared, it will put the logo of the source of that article literally in the news feed. So you'll be able to see very clearly that this is an article that's been published, endorsed by RTE. So you know it's coming from a trusted news source. So slightly better transparency in the links and so on that we're sharing by rolling out what they call these publishing logos on Facebook. So that's also new this week. They've also said, now they've said this for quite some time, that they're going to be clamping down on the fake live videos. So what I really mean by that is a static image, maybe with a countdown clock, doing absolutely nothing, that says, you know, who do you think will win on Saturday night? Smiley face for Conor McGregor, that face for the other guy, whoever his name is. Mayweather or whatever his name is. So those kind of live videos Facebook is going to clamp down on and eliminate them from showing up in people's news feeds. Again, I've heard that many times before. So Facebook continues its battle against fake news, misleading news. What else is happening in the world? Well, let's stick on Facebook and I'll jump into Snapchat in a little bit. As of September the 15th, Facebook has announced that 17 ad types can no longer be boosted. So 17 updates, if you like, can no longer be boosted as a post in an ad format on Facebook. Now, it also claims the reason for this is these are ad types that people didn't really use. Don't know about that one, because bizarrely, some of the things that we're not going to be able to do is things like political endorsements. Fair enough, can understand that one. So no, will not be political endorsements will be a no. Bizarrely enough, and I don't understand this because Facebook putting a lot of effort into its camera, photos and videos published from the Facebook app camera. Why? Surely that's what they're trying to get us all to use. So surely it would allow us to amplify or boost the posts that we created with its old model. So there's a bit of confusion. Sporting events. There's lots of really random ones. I'm going to put a link down here where you can check it out. But a lot of really random posts that we're not going to be able to boost that I think we should be able to. So I don't know what it's clamping down on. We do know that the Facebook newsfeed and even the advertising space is running out. So maybe this is just to try to free up some space. I don't know. Rounding off this week's news. Now, this isn't a particularly amazing revelation, but our friends Snapchat, who just won't go away, and we love them for that. I was reading during the week that Snapchat continues to grow amongst the kind of the 12 to 20-year-old age category. So it's by no means dead yet. But you guys probably have noticed Snapchat. I think it's NBC in the US. They have 2 shows that they broadcast on Snapchat daily. It's going to up its, I suppose, its TV appeal by the end of the show. They say that literally original scripted shows will really launch on Snapchat before the end of the year. So essentially we'll be able to watch exclusive television programs on Snapchat before the end of the year. So it's getting into the media game. So, kind of knew that, but before the end of the year, we'll see what great content we can consume on Snapchat. So that's about it for this week's news. So not a massive week. So let's look at some cool apps. So I've got 3 cool apps that I have come across that I think may interest you. The first app is an app called hold on here. It's called Narrow. Have you heard of Narrow? Narro. And what Narrow allows you to do is that it allows you to translate blog posts or articles that you've seen and turn them into podcasts. So say, for example, you drive a lot and you see a bunch of content that you might bookmark to Pocket or wherever the case may be. You can add it directly to, in my case, it's Apple's podcast section. I can just subscribe to Narrow and literally add all my content, my written content, to
Quality by Eric Sachs on Social Media Examiner.
To Narrow.
Number 1.
So this is an article on Social Media
After
Examiner.
The deadline can be best summarized as a language
Just
checker for the
translates
web.
it.
This free tool offers contextual spell checking, advanced style checking.
Translates it directly to my podcast app. So if I'm driving along, I can literally pick up all the news that I bookmarked in audio format. Really, really cool. Really like this tool. So it's Narrow, Narro. So anything I read, I can literally just share and consume in audio directly through my phone. Narrow. One of my favorite apps that I've seen recently. You probably noticed the dodgy accent there. Strangely enough, you can change to different people and different accents. So if you don't like the American accent, you can find a British accent. If you like the Australian accent, I have enough of that at home, you can actually get an Australian accent. I want a boy voice, I can have a boy voice. So there's actually a lot of personalization that I can do from a voice perspective using this Narro app. So check it out, Narro, Narro. Okay, Loom. App number 2, Loom. So Loom is pretty cool. I really like this app. It's a Chrome extension. So what Loom is, it's a Chrome extension that creates a video. So you open your camera, you talk into your camera. As soon as you've stopped recording on your extension, you can share that content socially. So essentially, you can share your video as soon as I've said something. So I can just rabbit away, quick thing, using Loom, and boom, share that content directly on Facebook or Twitter or any other social platform. No editing, no software, just my webcam, good to go. So check it out. It's a Chrome extension called Loom, Loom. The third and final app this week that I'm going to mention is, it's a website, but it's a brilliant website if you want to do the likes of this, like say a Facebook Live broadcast. And this is called Ecamm Live. So Ecamm Live, ECAMM Live. It's for Mac. So it allows you to create and broadcast fairly effortlessly cool, professional looking Facebook Lives on a Mac. And there's a free version of it, but the paid version is $29.95 forever. Once off payment and you're done. And what kind of things you can do is you can add logos, you can share screenshots, and add text to your Facebook Lives. So it's like a scaled down, a more basic version of, say, Open Broadcast Software, which I use, or Wirecast, which you might have heard of as well. But it's a very, very cool tool if you want to kind of make your Facebook Lives look a little bit more professional without getting into mad detail. It's a good alternative. It's called Ecamm Live. So the three apps this week are Narro app, Narro, Loom, the Chrome extension, and Ecamm Live, the app if you want to stream live on Facebook from a Mac. So those are our apps of the week. So that's all from me, Greg Fry, this week. I'll see you next week. Have a lovely weekend. Take care.